Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that could change the way you think about your health. If you're interested in staying younger, stronger, and healthier, this video is for you. Scientists have recently discovered a shocking new nutritional deficiency that's affecting nearly everyone, and it could explain why so many of us are aging faster than we should. It's called the C15 deficiency, a lack of a crucial fatty acid known as C15-0. And it's leading to what experts are calling cellular fragility syndrome. I'm here to break down what that means, how it's affecting us, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones. Trust me, you'll want to watch this one all the way to the end. So if you're ready, hit that like button, and let's get started. So, what exactly is this cellular fragility syndrome? Dr. Stephanie Venn Watson and her team identified this deficiency after observing health problems in Navy dolphins. Yes, dolphins. Dolphins were developing symptoms that sounded alarm bells: iron overload in the liver, fatty liver disease, and insulin resistance, all conditions we commonly associate with older humans. But these weren't older dolphins, they were young, healthy ones. Dr. Venn Watson discovered that these dolphins were severely low in C15-0, a fatty acid that we used to get in abundance from our diets, particularly from whole-fat dairy and certain fish. The Navy's dolphins weren't getting enough of this fatty acid due to changing fish sources, and this created a cascade of health issues. So what makes C15-0 so important? To understand this, we need to look at how our cells work. Every cell in your body has a membrane, a protective barrier made up of fatty acids. These membranes are like armor for your cells, protecting them from damage. C15-0 is a key component of these cell membranes, giving them strength and stability. When you don't have enough C15-0, these membranes become fragile and more susceptible to damage. And when that armor breaks down, so does your cell, leading to faster aging and a higher risk of disease. This is what cellular fragility syndrome is all about: cells that are literally falling apart faster than they should. One of the most shocking things Dr. Venn Watson's research uncovered is that a C15-0 deficiency doesn't just make cells weak, it actually triggers a new way for cells to die. This process is called ferroptosis, and it was only discovered in 2012 by scientists at Columbia University. Here's what happens in ferroptosis. When your cell membranes are low in C15-0, they start to produce fragile fats that can be easily damaged by oxygen. This leads to lipid peroxidation, which is when these fragile fats go bad and release harmful chemicals. Then, iron gets attracted to these weakened cells, creating a dangerous mix of reactive oxygen species, or ROS, and damaged mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of our cells. Once this process starts, it's like a chain reaction. Cells die off, mitochondria are destroyed, and our tissues become inflamed and overrun with iron deposits. The result? Insulin resistance, liver damage, heart disease, and more. It's the very definition of accelerated aging, and it all starts with a lack of C15-0. Now, you might be wondering, how does this deficiency actually translate to diseases? Dr. Venn Watson's team found that low levels of C15-0 can kickstart several serious health problems. For example, insulin resistance begins because the liver can no longer properly manage glucose. As the liver cells weaken, they become resistant to insulin and stop processing glucose efficiently. At the same time, C15-0 deficiencies disrupt the cells in the pancreas responsible for producing insulin, creating a double whammy effect that leads to metabolic syndrome. But it doesn't stop there. As lipid peroxidation and iron overload spread throughout the body, they damage organs like the brain, heart, and pancreas. This leads to an increased risk of conditions like Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. And here's the kicker: these diseases aren't just affecting older adults anymore. We're seeing younger people, sometimes even children, diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and high blood pressure, conditions that were once exclusive to middle-aged or elderly individuals. Dr. Venn Watson's research suggests that a widespread C15-0 deficiency could be at the root of this problem. There's a fascinating twist to this story. Dr. Venn Watson's team took a closer look at Sardinia, one of the world's blue zones known for the longevity of its residents. People in Sardinia, especially men, tend to live much longer than average, often to 100 years or beyond. What's their secret? It turns out that Sardinians consume a diet rich in C15-0, mostly through whole-fat dairy from grass-fed sheep and goats grazing in high altitudes. Their cheese, especially a type called pecorino, is particularly high in C15-0. This high intake seems to protect their cells, allowing them to live long, healthy lives with less heart disease and other aging-related illnesses. What does this tell us? It suggests that a steady intake of C15-0 could play a key role in promoting health and longevity. Unfortunately, modern diets have dramatically reduced our intake of C15-0. Since the 1970s, dietary guidelines have pushed people away from whole-fat dairy, the primary source of C15-0, in favor of low-fat or fat-free options. This shift has led to a steady decline in C15-0 levels, contributing to the very health problems we're facing today. Compounding this issue, changing agricultural practices mean that cows are now fed diets with less grass, reducing C15-0 levels in dairy products. And this isn't just a problem for adults. Studies show that children and even babies are missing out on C15-0 from birth if they're raised on low-fat dairy or formula that lacks this essential fatty acid. Here's the good news. This deficiency is something we can fix. Studies have shown that by reintroducing C15-0 into the diet, we can strengthen cell membranes, reduce inflammation, and reverse the effects of ferroptosis. The benefits go beyond just stopping cellular damage. They may actually improve metabolic health, increase mitochondrial function, and lower the risk of chronic diseases. In recent years, C15-0 supplements have become available as a practical way to restore this essential nutrient, especially for those who don't consume enough whole-fat dairy or live in areas where grass-fed dairy isn't accessible. So, what can you do to protect yourself from cellular fragility syndrome? 1. Incorporate whole-fat dairy into your diet, especially products from grass-fed animals if possible. This includes butter, cheese, and whole milk. 2. Consider C15-0 supplementation if you're unable to access or tolerate whole-fat dairy. 3. Stay informed. The research around C15-0 is evolving, but what we know so far suggests that maintaining adequate levels could be a game-changer for our health. Dr. Venn Watson's work, funded by the Navy and supported by an increasing body of research, is shining a light on the importance of this forgotten nutrient. We're just beginning to understand how powerful C15-0 could be for health and longevity, and there's a lot of hope on the horizon. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more videos that can help you stay healthy and informed. If you found this information valuable, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with friends and family. Let's get the word out. Everyone deserves to know about the dangers of a C15 deficiency and how to protect their health. Thanks for watching. And as always, take care of yourselves and stay informed.